Yo, I'm gonna start off by saying this. Nothing happens by coincidence, but everything by divine providence. And as we look at it and we see Pfizer facility getting destroyed by a tornado, a lot of people may come on and get real prophetic, real profound about what they're about to say. But I believe without a shadow of a doubt that nothing happens by coincidence. Nothing that God allows to happen just happens.
Back to that Chopper 11 footage to just see the sheer tangle of the debris and the rebar, the roof brought to the ground. It's twisted and turned. And we learned from a Pfizer employee who was inside the facility at the time. The man was very shaken up. He didn't want to appear on camera, but he told us that it sounded, this tornado, like a freight train coming towards him, and described the scene with his colleagues as he was actually in that warehouse inside, the one that's collapsed. You can see from Chopper 11, and they had to make their way very quickly, he said, in under 90 seconds to this designated safety area that they have there. He said he believes everyone who was with made it out safely. But again, just the horrifying descriptions of the damage inflicted by the tornado by someone who was inside. Let's go to
Everything happens for a reason. And as we see now with the Pfizer vaccines held up, and we see the disturbance in a sense, and even the cause or the pause for station identification when it comes to vaccines, we see this facility being pummeled by a tornado. Then you can look at it just happenstance, but you can also look at it as a sign. Could be a sign telling us, or it could be a sign showing us that be cautious about what you put in your body. Be very cautious about things that are man-made and may so-called be effective. Be cautious, very cautious. Always move cautiously. Never be never be rushed or allow someone to rush you. Use caution, use wisdom, use knowledge, use understanding before you move. Be sensitive to the spirit. Get in right alignment with the spirit. Don't like to just jump on and just tear down medicine. But at the same time, I don't want to jump on and promote it either and have people beating themselves up because they feel like they have been coerced into doing something that was not even necessary. There's many people who feel that way now. Many people who, if you talk to them, they feel like it was all propaganda. Many people who have taken the vaccines, they regret it. And that regret, you'll never be able to get back because it's in the bloodstream. And once a person goes that route, then they have to begin to live with it, consequences of it. And we know that the love of money is the root of all evil, and we see that this was being pushed by the love of money. But like I say, do your own research. Don't take my word as gospel. Do your own research. Do your own praying. Do your own talking to God. Y'all know what this is. Wheelhouse. Peace. This allegedly happened.
The minions of Big Pharma waged war on Dr. Mikovits, destroying her good name, career, and personal life. Now, as the fate of nations hang in the balance, Dr. Mikovits is naming names of those behind the plague of corruption that places all human life in danger. So you made a discovery that conflicted with the agreed-upon narrative.
Correct.
And for that, they did everything in their powers to destroy your life.
Correct.
You were arrested.
Correct.
And then you were put under a gag order.
For 5 years, if I went on social media, if I said anything at all, they would find new evidence and put me back in jail. And it was one of the few times I cried, and it was because I knew there was no evidence the first time. And when you can unleash that kind of force to force someone into bankruptcy with a perfect credit score, and so that I couldn't bring my 97 witnesses, which included the heads, Tony Fauci, Ian Lipkin, the heads of the public health and HHS, who would have had to testify that we did absolutely nothing wrong.
And so what did they charge you with?
Nothing.
But you were in jail.
I was held in jail with no charges. I was called a fugitive from justice. No warrant. Literally drug me out of the house. Our neighbors are looking at what's going on here. They searched my house without a warrant. Literally terrorized my husband for 5 days. They said, if you don't find the notebooks, if you don't find the material, which was not in my possession, but planted in my house.
As if you took intellectual property from the laboratory. Is
Yes,
that correct?
it was intended to appear as if I took confidential material, names, and intellectual property from the laboratory. And I could prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that I didn't. Heads of our entire HHS colluded and destroyed my reputation, and the Department of Justice and the FBI sat on it and kept that case under seal, which means you can't say there's a case, or your lawyers are held in contempt of court. So you can't even get a lawyer to defend you. So every single due process right was taken away from me, and to this day remains the same. I have no constitutional freedoms or rights.
Yet you sit here. I think a lot of people would probably have just taken the retirement out early, laid low, but you have decided to come forth when your gag order has been released to write a book called Plague of Corruption, Restoring Faith in the Promise of Science. And you are naming names.
Absolutely.
Apparently, they're attempting